Hello, my chosen people. I have an open message for you today. What do I mean by that? I mean, I will not always come up with a finished product. I will come up with a warning for you. And then we will have an open end, alright? The unknown, the future. Your purpose is unknown still. Alright, telling you. See, I've realized that there is so many whole YouTube channels, messages, videos, all about you and them. They. Always about negativity. So, how to deal with negativity, with attacks, with abusive behavior, and how karma works, and how all this stuff. You know what I'm talking about. I think I don't have to go on explaining, as well as a lot of literature, a lot of mental energy of whole mankind has been used on the topic, because it's an important topic. A lot of wise people have realized that the biggest danger for compassionate and loving, for good people, the biggest danger, or one of the biggest dangers, is to actually become hateful or numb. In the scripture, they refer to it as get a hardened heart, so your heart becomes hard, not receptive anymore. You kind of get cold. There is also Stoicism, a philosophical direction, which is actually very useful, but there are channels that misunderstand it, in my opinion, to say, oh, you must become so cold and strong and completely independent of everybody, and yet there is some truth in it. I think it's not the goal. This is not the goal, to become cold as a stone. Because, what is the purpose of life for you, right? Answer it yourself. And yes, if you ask me, Miyamoto Musashi, a Ronin, a Japanese samurai and Ronin, is a great philosopher. You can read all his the books he left for us. It's great stuff. And there are other Stoic philosophers like Mark Aurel, and go down this rabbit hole if you want, but I'm here to tell you that, I need to tell you something else. Especially, the whole life of Jesus Christ was about the topic how to deal with the negativity that good people receive. At times, even because they are good, they are hated and persecuted and so on, right? So it's a big topic no matter where you look. On social media, in psychology, in spirit, in literature, in philosophy, everywhere. It's a big topic. But my message today is that it is not everybody's assignment to study the devil, okay? Everybody, every chosen person, everybody who wants to live free needs this knowledge to a certain degree. It's like when you compare it to a computer, you need malware. Yeah, you don't need malware, you need some safety software to protect you from malware, okay? And you need to update this, so you need to keep up to date and know what kind of Trojan horses, what kind of viruses, what kind of worms, parasitic programs can run on my system, and how can I protect myself. So in real life, You can see it from this psychological way, so you need to understand how codependency works. What is trauma? What is childhood trauma? What are generational traumas? What are narcissists? What are covert narcissists? Psychopath? All this stuff. And when you're coming from a spiritual side, there's people who can describe all this just with using spiritual terms, because it's just another side of the same coin. All right. However, you know, if you, for a lot of chosen people, they have an awakening because they get aware of all this, and they were very abused. They made so many compromises in their life till to the point where they have been forced to make an adjustment, and suddenly they start puzzling everything together and have this crazy awakening moments. But a lot of them then start to use this, what they have experienced, to move on, which is very which is of course a great idea. But there is more to it. You don't have to necessarily be stuck in this process and, you know, just be a truth teller, or, you know, again, studying the enemy and telling other people about this and how you protect yourself, what you have to do, exposing stuff like that. If you have the feeling you are made for this, you're built for this, this is your assignment, you feel comfortable doing this, then go ahead, do it. I'm not going to stand in your way, of course not, but I just want to tell you that there is more to it, okay? You don't have to stay with this, because ultimately then you will still have to face a lot of negativity, because if you're only staring at this and studying the devil, you know, there is a saying, if you study the devil studies you. Or if you stare too long into the abyss starts gazing back at you. This is from Nietzsche. And I just want to tell you, don't be stuck at any point in your life, and just consider moving on. Stay receptive. Maybe you have another calling. Maybe you want to give your life another assignment, okay? So there is room for other topics, for as well more positive topics. So again, it's important to have this knowledge as a tool, to know all the things, to understand them, to see them from afar, to protect yourself, and to know how to make boundaries and know how they operate. But it's not everything. Once you have embodied this, you have implemented this to your toolkit, the whole world is open for you. You can do different things. It's an open message. I said I'm not giving you the whole finished product today. The world is open for you, all right? If I'm telling you now what you can do, I'm already limiting you, because then I will put something in your mind. I don't want to do this. It's an open message, all right? The world, the more you look into the world, the more you find, all right? The further we look into space, the more we will find. The closer we look onto objects, onto smaller objects and smaller objects and smaller objects, the smaller they become. We have found out that there is no real matter. Matter is energy, and it equals each other. You know, nothing is really solid. Everything is an energy moving. And we will find out more things. We found out quantum science is completely counterintuitive, because our world is intuitive, okay? If I let something fall, it falls down all the time. And this is intuitive, okay? But there is things that are completely counterintuitive, you know? There is a world in existence, in scientific existence, where cause and effect can be reversed. Stuff like that, all right? I want you to know that the world is really without limit. So you can stay receptive and not be stuck on any point of your journey, okay? One love, one heart. Keep on going.